G'day there. Economic pragmatism, not to mention economic expertise, is required to work and pay our way out of this whole mess. We are more than entitled, I think, don't you, to question whether the people right now in charge of this country's economic future are in fact up for it. This week's minimum wage increase is a sign of no pragmatism and rose-tinted views of the economic reality, not to mention the flagrant adherence to the union movement and its economically destructive beliefs. It is true low-wage earners spend their money, but that's true of most people, low-wage or not. All money actually gets spent, if you think about it. Unless you literally have cash under a mattress, all money is active in some way in the economy. What also isn't in dispute, and yet the government chose to ignore it, is the simple fact you can only have what you have to pay wages, and you either split, say, $100 5 ways at $20 an hour, or 4 ways at $25 an hour. The person who just lost that fifth job is now being paid for by us on the job seeker benefit. So are we any better off? And if you need an answer to that, you need to go away and basically study basic economics. The things we all agree on are: 1, we don't have money to spare. All money being used is borrowed. 2, we all want money to go to the people who need it most, either individually or sector-wise or business-wise or industry-wise. Given that agreement, why was the wage subsidy only $5 billion when it could have been $8 billion? 3 went to welfare increases not at all affected by the virus. Why is a universal income being looked at which gives money to people whether they need it or not? Why was the winter warmer payment made available to anyone who wants it regardless of means? Why is all of that money that's not targeted? The Reserve Bank, to their credit, parked their idea of banks and capital reserves. That was Adrian Orr's baby. It must have been a tough pill to swallow, but he did it because it was the right thing to do, and it gave the economy $47 billion. John Key gave us a clue on the program this week. In getting people together to sort this out, they need to park their ideology at the door. Has the government done that with the minimum wage or welfare? Not even close. Key also said governments need to be nimble. If an idea doesn't work, ditch it, drop it, move on. Simple as that. No shortage of employers, the real heroes of this economy, were screaming that the minimum wage couldn't be afforded. The only voices against that were the unions and Labor. Join the dots. Don't forget, this was a government prior to the virus that already had economic trouble. Growth was in the ones, a borrowing program was already underway, a growing welfare base through the job seeker, record queues to social housing. They had a serious question mark already over their economic credentials. Yes, they've written cheques and moved fast so far, and that is good, but it's barely the start. Do they have the experience, the wherewithal, the ideological dexterity to be up for the really hard work, or is borrowing about where the skill set stops?